Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a Q&A. So we're gonna sit here, answer some questions that y'all have for me, and it should be a fun old time. As you can tell, I am sitting here on the floor in my room that is currently deconstructed right here. Yeah, we just finished redoing the sheetrock in the front of my room. So everything is pushed back because we had everything repainted, the holes fixed. It is beautiful in here now, but my dad's been gone and I haven't been able to move these heavy pieces of furniture back. So for now, you just see the back of all this furniture behind me. Just ignore that. Anyways, let's just jump on in and get to answering some questions. These are going to be a mix of keto questions, personal questions, questions about my life. So let's go ahead and get started. So to start off, we are going to talk about a question that I get asked all the time. So how or why did I start keto? So in 2015, I went on a study abroad trip to Brisbane, Australia. I spent 5 months over there studying abroad, doing a semester away. Well, I got a little bit homesick, and when I got homesick, I turned to food. I ate a lot of desserts. There's a really good donut place over there, and I ate a lot of donuts. So on my study abroad trip, I gained a little bit of weight. Now, it's not happy when I got home in November from that study abroad trip, and my dad was talking to me about this new diet called keto, and I had absolutely no idea what he was talking about. I, for the longest time, was tracking macros. I was eating a higher amount of carbs. I thought that lowering your carbs was like the devil. I thought it was stupid. I didn't think it would ever work. But my dad made me listen to podcasts, read books, and all kinds of things. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this a try and show you it doesn't work. Well, in like 3 weeks, I lost like 15 pounds. Like, weight was literally falling off of me in the beginning when I originally started keto. And I was like, oh, I feel really good. I've lost some weight. Maybe this keto thing isn't as bad as I thought it was. And ever since December of 2015, I started like December 2nd was like the first time I'd ever given keto a try, December 2nd of 2015. And ever since, I've been pretty much keto. I mean, there's been times that I've fallen off for a couple of weeks or something, but I would say 90 to 95% of the last 3 years, I've been following a ketogenic lifestyle. So, and it helps control my hypothyroidism and my PCOS, insulin resistance, Hashimoto's, autoimmune. Just throw out all those words. It helps me control those symptoms. So that's my story of how and why I do keto. Next question is, do I regret moving to Dallas? So in January of this year, I did move to Dallas, Texas from Houston, where my home is. And I moved to Dallas to pursue a job with Man Sports. So I worked with Man Sports until the beginning of August when I felt it was time for me to leave. And I get asked this a lot. Do I regret moving my life to Dallas for a job that I ultimately ended up quitting? And quick side note, nothing was wrong with Man Sports. I just felt it was my time to step away because I wanted to focus more on some of the things I was doing, and I wanted more time for me. It was more selfish reasons that I left than anything. So no bad blood. I still work with Man Sports. I love Man Sports. Don't get me wrong. Anyways, Cody moved from Alabama to Dallas. So he uprooted his life 9 hours away because I did get this career. And sometimes there is times that I feel bad that I uprooted him 9 hours from his family and his friends, and we just kind of have each other. But no, I do not regret moving to Dallas. Will we stay in Dallas? I do not know. Our lease is up in January, but it's been a great growing time for me and Cody. We kind of had time to just like grow together. We've had time to just really learn, do some awesome experiences. So no, I've met some great people in Dallas. So no, do not regret moving to Dallas. However, it is probably not going to be our stopping point. We probably will move somewhere else eventually. What is my dream vacation? So my dream vacation is going to Bora Bora and staying in those beautiful little huts that you see in pictures on the water, where you can like jump off your back porch and go swimming around in the beautiful like crystal clear water, and you can like lay on a hammock in your back porch above the water. Oh my gosh, I want to go to Bora Bora so bad, stay in one of those huts, because it looks beautiful. Beautiful. So that is like my dream vacation right now. What made me start a YouTube channel? So if you go way back in time, my very first video, and it was quite awful by the way, is me doing a day in the life of low carb eating or something. It was my first day to ever try like a low in carb day, and that was in July of 2015 when I started my channel. And then I shortly after that went to Australia for 5 months. And in those 5 months, I documented my Australia travels, my study abroad trip. So I kind of started my channel to document my study abroad. But when I got home, I still had like this passion for creating content, creating YouTube videos. So then I started keto, and I was like, I should document this on YouTube. I enjoyed doing this. And it's just kind of grown from that. I just enjoyed putting out content. I wasn't really looking for like a following, and I just kept putting out content that I loved, and over time my channel started growing, and that's just kind of how I started being a YouTuber. It just kind of happened. I originally started YouTube just to kind of document my study abroad trip, and then it just kind of like blossomed over time into what it is now. It's been a crazy ride, and I absolutely just love creating videos, not only because I've grown a following because of it, but in 20 years, I want to be able to look back at when I was, 24 and, going through some crazy changes in life, and just kind of seeing where I was so far ago and how I've changed. Like, I just love it. It's kind of like a storybook documentation of my life that I also get to share with others. So I love YouTube. So someone asked, do I like working from home? So when I left my full-time job at Man Sports in the beginning of August, I did start working from home. So I work on my personal brand. There's a couple of things I do on the side, and I just kind of fill my time up with different things. So working from home, I actually get a lot of fulfillment out of it. I absolutely love to write down lists of things and like work on getting them done throughout the day. Like, that motivates me to no end. I love to check things off of a to-do list. So working from home and being able to accomplish things that I haven't gotten to do in like the past year because I just solely have not had time, it's been so amazing for me, because I'd have stress because I'm like, there's so many things I want to do and I just can't accomplish them because I'm spending 40 hours a week at a full-time job, and I need sleep and I need to cook, and it was just so much on my plate that I was digging myself into this hole that I just like couldn't climb out of. So working from home, I am truly absolutely enjoying it. I'm still trying to figure out making sure that I kind of separate, work from having some time to myself, because I am a hard worker, and when I get like fixed on something, I like cannot stop. So I've kind of got to make sure that I separate, like, I need to give myself some time to take a break, because when you're working from home, you're always like in your workspace. So that's one thing that I do struggle with though, working from home, is separating work and having a little bit of time to myself, paying attention to Cody, taking care of my beau who's sleeping over here. But yeah, ultimately I love working from home, and I have the best coworker ever, I would say. What is my biggest fear? So one of my biggest fears is like car wrecks. That scares the living daylights out of me. I get anxiety when I drive. I'm constantly like checking every single car around me. I like avoid cars, and like driving scares me. Now that I don't drive as often, especially in a big city, I get a lot more anxiety about driving, which I don't really have a reason to do, but For some reason, over time, I've gotten a little bit of fear about driving, but I don't know, I just have weird fears. Like, I hate cotton balls. I am deathly afraid to vomit. I've vomited one time in like the past probably 15, 20 years. I vomited one time in like my knowledge, and like, ugh, like I would rather sit here and just like cry in miserable pain than vomit. I have this deathly fear of vomiting. I don't know how that started or why it started, but deathly scared. One more fear is thunderstorms. Thunderstorms are scary. When I was like 4 years old, there was a tornado that blew out some windows in my preschool. And while I don't remember it, I do think that's where my fear came from. We got flooded in a car in my neighborhood. We had to have someone rescue me and my mom, and that was also when I was younger. Thunderstorms are something that very much scare me. I get a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear during thunderstorms. I always like think something's gonna happen, think a tornado is going to happen. So thunderstorms, not my thing. So what are my favorite TV shows? Cody and I absolutely love watching prison shows on Netflix. So anything like documenting prisoners, like the life inside of prisons. I don't know why, but we have just been absolutely fascinated on all of those prison shows on Netflix recently. That and anything on the Food Network channel. I can watch the Food Network channel like it's going out of style. I absolutely love the Food channel. My favorite, hands down. So kind of piggybacking off of the last question of my favorite TV show, someone asked me like, who are my favorite YouTubers and do I watch a lot of other keto YouTubers? To be completely honest, I actually don't watch a ton of keto YouTube videos. There's a lot that I'll kind of skim through. There's some people that I do watch, but a lot of the time, I'm creating keto content of my own. I'm talking about it, I'm researching about it. When I get on YouTube to kind of like chill out, I want to watch something like that makes me happy and makes me laugh and makes me just do something, because I'm focused on doing that a lot of my day, that I want to shift my focus to just something to take my brain away for a little while. So Cody and I, we are subscribed to a bunch of fishing YouTube channels and we watch a lot of fishing videos. They're like fishing vloggers. I absolutely love it. We have a fishing channel that we've started because we like to document our fishing journeys. And then I watch a lot of like comedy YouTubers, people that just like make funny content that's lighthearted, that makes you laugh. Just because it's always nice to laugh and smile, and so I like to like bring joy to my day by watching some of those YouTubers. What is my number one keto meal? So by far, my absolute favorite keto meal, you see me eat it all the time, is a nice grilled steak topped with butter with some loaded cauliflower mashed potatoes and a side of sauteed squash and onions. Literally cannot beat that. My absolute favorite. Mwah. What are my career goals? So I actually have a degree in animal science, a pre-med degree, and a certificate in meat science. And now I'm currently working for myself doing social media. So what I'm doing and what I have a degree in literally cross absolutely zero paths. I went to school for animal science because I thought that I was going to go to vet school. I thought I was going to go to vet school for about 2 years of my 5 years of college, and then I started having doubts. I realized that like sick and hurt animals, it literally pained me to see. I couldn't stand surgeries. Like the thought of like seeing the insides of an animal made me sick to my stomach. And I started realizing, you know what? That probably would not make a good vet. So I started going the pharmacy school route. And through time, I took the PCAT. I didn't do very well, but I also didn't study for it very well. So in college, I just did not have really the best time. I struggled a lot. I was pretty sad. I was taking some horrendously tough classes, and that just took everything out of me. And when I graduated, like the thought of going back to school literally just made me like shrivel up inside and like freak out. So once I graduated with my degree, I decided not to pursue medical school because I did not want to go back to school for like 4 to 5 more years. That was like cringy to me. So somehow I stumbled into this social media world of making content, creating content, and being on social media. And right now, while it's in front of me, I am running with it because right now that is where my passion lies. And doing what I do every single day and absolutely loving it, like it can't get any better than that. So career goals, I don't know ultimately what I'll end up doing, where I'll end up. So for now, I'm just doing what my passion is that I can create a job out of right now. So it's pretty darn cool, I must say. And the very last question that I'm going to answer today, because I think I have rambled long enough, and as you can tell, the lighting is fading. It is getting dark outside. So one more question. So what is my why? What motivates me? So this is kind of a tough question for me to answer. I don't really know like the correct way to respond, but what motivates me, I feel great and I want to share it with the world. So I wake up every day when my feet hit the floor, I have a passion. I want to go out there and like tell the world that I'm happy, that this is working for me, that I don't know, it's really hard for me to answer this question. It's just, I don't know. So what motivates me is just the fact that, I don't know, I just wake up every day happy and like excited to talk about this. And the fact that I can like put it on camera and like put it out into the world and people actually want to watch it just blows my mind, and it motivates me even more to just like share everything that I can, and I love it. And yeah, so I don't think I answered that question great, but it's just super hard for me to answer. Well guys, the light is running out and I am going to go ahead and end this video. If you enjoyed this Q&A, let me know by leaving a thumbs up. I want to do more of these Q&A videos in the future, so if there's something you want to know that I didn't answer, be sure to leave it in a comment down below and I'll scroll through and start making a list so I can have another Q&A video in the future. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't done so, and I will see you guys real soon with another video. Bye guys! Mwah!